I can see it, like, I can picture it like, oh, I'm already holding that pro card. Like, I've already won the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I like the movies. It's like, right? It's like A is starting prep, B is winning the pro card.
Yeah.
I already know those 2 points. Now I just have to do the middle part. At this moment in time, at this exact moment in time.
I was born 32 years ago.
No.
Oh.
No. That's wrong. But this
it's my
moment
birthday
in time,
today.
at this minute of this day.
It's not my birthday.
What is your absolute favorite song right now?
Like acutely or chronically?
Right at this minute, if you had to go and you're like, oh, this is a banger right now.
Oh, that song.
Right
Oh yeah, or whatever it's called by Trent Hooligan.
Oh,
Trent
you
Hooligan.
like that one right now?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about with the piano?
Yeah, you played it for me.
That was good.
Except the sound system in that rental is
I know, it sucks.
ridiculous. Not good.
Yeah,
However,
Alex, you know sound? You got to listen to this. I got this Jetta now because I banged up my Civic and it needs some work. And so I got this Jetta as a rental. The sound system in it is so bad. It's so bad. I turn up the music all the way. The bass actually is full. Like I put it up all the way and it's still not even like bodied up. It's still weak.
It sounds like it's coming out of a phone.
A tin can.
No, tin can might be better.
Sounds like an old AM radio.
Like if you're
like an old
turning
AM
on your phone to play the song.
Yeah, that's the exact.
And it's like, it's because and that's how it sounds in the whole car.
Dude, it's so bad.
It hurts your ears.
Every song, some of my favorite songs, we'll be playing it and I'm like waiting for like the bass drop or different drums to kick in.
Doesn't hit.
And you're like, I know where that part of the song is and I feel nothing. Yeah, dude, before we leave, you got to check it out.
It's...
Yeah.
It's
I don't know why I need to share this like negative experience with you, but someone must suffer with me.
And what we're trying to do is, and you and I are trying to do this, is have like majority a more positive mindset. So maybe what can we say good about the Jetta?
No, nothing. It's a horrible car. I would never buy that car. I'm not going to go positive on it. It's a horrible car. The gas tank's on the wrong side. I hate that. All Volkswagens have that.
It couldn't get up that hill. It got stuck in the snowbank.
Just too many problems. It's stupid. Yeah. Anyways, it's gone soon.
Yeah.
But
also, it needs a USB-C.
Yeah, it's fine. I guess every car's like that now, right?
No, mine's not. Mine's 2021. Mine's normal.
Probably because it's a Hyundai and they're stuck in the Stone Age.
That's exactly where I want to be stuck. It sounds like a good age.
Yeah.
Did you say Stone Age or Stoned Age?
Yeah. I don't know. Might be the same thing. Anyways.
So tell me about that conversation you had with Stu.
This, because I didn't tell you about this.
No,
you asked about it.
I did ask many times.
Yeah. And I actually wondered if you're going to be pissed about it. Because I was like, I don't want to tell you. I'm going to save it for the podcast.
Why would I be pissed?
Because I had a moment to share a secret with you and I said no.
I have full respect for you.
If I was you, I would be pissed.
I wasn't pissed because I know you're going to tell me eventually.
Okay, perfect. Good.
That was like the one moment in time where I could like wait. Because usually I'm like, what's happening in this movie? And I have to Google what happens in the movie.
Yeah, that's weak. So don't do that. Alex heard that. Did you feel that? That's
Are
pain.
You triggered?
That's pain. Dude, you know how many times that she literally has, right? We're watching a show and then, or a movie or whatever, and she'll be like, oh, I know what the finale is here. I know who dies. I like to watch the beginning. I like to get to know the characters and then I need to know the end. I enjoy seeing how they get from A to B. Dude,
I don't need to see B. Like those dating shows we watch.
I hate that you do it.
Those dating shows, those not online, the like
angry.
Whatever dating shows I need to know who ends up with who, but I like to see how that happens.
Alex, as a filmmaker, express your rage.
Like, I'm explaining myself, right?
I know, no.
And he would actually tell you
What?
that A and B don't really matter. It is what's in the middle that matters. It's the character development. It's the...
Yeah, but the surprise. He's supposed to... I want.
No, but I don't know what the climax is. I just know the A and the B.
I just couldn't possibly have that information in my head and still enjoy the...
Whenever we watch it, I end up Googling it, and then I'm like, I know what happens.
Are you the type of person to rewatch your favorite movie over and over again?
No.
Oh, see, I would have thought you would be because of that.
No, I get bored.
Yeah, me too.
I want to know, like, say you and I were to pick a movie, I want one neither of us has seen.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like sharing the new...
a movie I haven't seen in a long, long time, because then I'm like, I kind of forget it.
Yeah.
It has to be
But it has to be like extreme long.
Extreme long.
Like where I forget.
Okay. I need to tell you the story. So
yes.
I have historically been challenged with my brain with like modes of thinking in performance. So when it comes to like sports, my limiting factor, I was like average level athletics, but and maybe above average in some of the sports, but I probably never reached my potential in any of them because of my thinking and my thought patterns being a limiting factor. So that being said, I'm like, one of the reasons I enjoy pursuing powerlifting is because it like allows me this conduit to like get better and to, you know, improve myself personally on that level, where it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like confronted with that fact, right? And I have to overcome that. Otherwise I just won't progress. It's, you know, to progress in powerlifting, like probably anything in life, but particularly anything physical, it's like, it's the physical that you will improve at. But to do that, you do need to unlock your mind. And it's like one of those things like cerebrally I understand, but like to actually put that into practice and do that is like really hard. And it's even harder by yourself. So my coach, Stu Locke, who has helped me for the last, since September, so whatever that is, 6 or 7 months now. 6 months, almost 6 months. 5 months. We had a conversation on, so today's, whatever it is probably a week ago. And this past like squat session actually. And he sends me voice notes. This is what he does with all his clients, right? You'll send him videos of how the sets are, your working sets.
Mm.
And then provided he's available, he'll give you feedback. He's generally very quick, which is awesome. And he'll give me feedback and then tell me what I need to improve for either the back off set or for next time or whatever, right? And this last squat session, squats have just been challenging for me overall. Like physically for sure, because I've changed a number of different things. I've gone from flats to heels, back to flats, changed my stance a bit, struggling with my upper back and my balance, like just a ton of different things. So squat, like over basically these last 2 blocks, I think, well, since my last meet, it's like I've been struggling to like, honestly, it doesn't feel like I'm getting better at squats at all, right? And in fact, I look at like my PRs that I hit for my last prep, my rep PRs before like what I've hit for a top triple. And then I look at right now what I'm hitting for like sets of 5 and 6. And it's just like what I should be hitting for sets of 5 and 6 are just like, to me, not impressive at all. And not just not impressive, but they don't feel good. So I'm like, I've just been really struggling with that. Going back to like Stu sending voice notes. It's like last squat session, he sent me a voice note and it actually, usually it would just apply to like that set, right? Being like, here's what it looked like. Here's what you need to do. I'm noticing you're doing this. You're going to need to focus on this, that, whatever, right? It has to do related to that set. And his voice note, it had to do with that set, but it didn't really, kind of in a way. He literally just sent me a voice note and he's like, he said, you're a grown ass man. You need to not be bullied by this weight, X weight. And you're letting it bully you and you need to stop that. And part of that process is giving yourself permission to be able to lift more weight. You should have a goal to squat 700 pounds. There's no reason why you cannot do that. But in order to do that, you need to give yourself permission. And you can do that. So to be honest, it's actually kind of hard to hear, because what that basically is like telling me that it's like I'm in my own way, right? It's like equally hard to hear, but it was simultaneously like very empowering because I'm like, great, I'm in my own way. That doesn't make me feel great, but it simultaneously made me feel awesome at the same time because I'm like, I can fix this. And it kind of gave me like a diagnosis of like what is the limiting factor here? It's me, you know?
He did something similar before he was your coach at your first meet. Do you remember that? And this is when I admired him and I knew that he'd be like a good choice for you.
Mhm.
When you told me, hey, I'm going to hire him, I was like, yes. Yeah. It was, you had just done, it might've been deadlifts, and you said something about your grip. I'm losing my grip.
Right.
You were sitting down and Stu and I were standing.
Yeah.
And he said something like don't think about the grip, like, because you were saying, oh, my grip is like feeling weak or something. I don't know. There was something where it was similar, like you were almost like letting the grip bully you, almost kind of vibe.
Probably.
And then you were like, nope, I'm not being negative. I'm just stating a fact. When Stu and I were kind of like, no, you're like, you can't think that this hurts right now because it's going to bring you. Like
right. It's almost like in that moment, okay, it might be a fact. Lie to yourself.
Yes. Like
it's actually
you have
better.
The best grip right now.
It's actually better to lie to yourself.
Exactly.
Great. We don't even say that it's a fact. So even if it is just lie.
He did that at your first meet, and that impressed me because I was like, that's how I feel. Like that's what I would want someone to say to me.
Yeah.
It vibes with me because it's like, yeah, like literally like fake it till you make it vibes.
And
like,
you know what's crazy about that?
Make it happen.
That's how I coach my clients.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I will see actual problems, but I know that they can handle it.
Yeah.
And then I won't even necessarily address it. Do you know what I mean? Like in a way that's healthy for them, where I'm like, no, you're fine. Like don't think about that, because if you think it, that problem now becomes amplified.
Yes.
Same for me.
I say this with a lot of love, obviously.
Oh no.
No, it's not bad.
She's going to hurt me.
You are very critical of yourself.
Right. Yeah.
And like what you're just saying with like, you're so encouraging and you know your clients can handle these things. I look at you, Stu looks at you, and we're like, what are you doing, Tim? Like, get out of your way. Like, you are a lot better than you think you are. Because maybe one thing will happen and that's like hyper focused, and then that just kind of like clouds.
You know what's crazy about
accomplishments?
Yeah, 100%. I know that I do that.
Yeah.
And I've done that for so long that it's almost like, I feel like that conversation, that voice note that Stu sent me, that is important to me. Like what you said, that probably was the beginning of that. And I didn't know how to handle it at the time. So now I'm more open-minded. And not even open-minded. I think I almost have like the prerequisite knowledge to know how to handle it, and to be like, I'm aware of this, and I'm willing to accept this, because it is kind of like hard to hear in a way, right? But it's all, like I said, it's still simultaneously awesome because it is empowering. Like I felt good hearing that, and
you nailed it with you have to accept it, because we can say it to you till our faces literally turn blue.
Yeah,
and if you don't want to hear it and you don't accept it, it won't ever affect you positively. So like, I am seeing those changes with you. I think your stress management skills are allowing you to like move forward, because now you're like, oh yeah, okay, like that's fine. Like I can do this, like whatever. And obviously it's going to keep getting better and stuff like that. But it's like, I think you needed a coach, someone you respected, someone you trusted to tell you that, because you wouldn't necessarily listen to that from your partner or your mom. You needed like that third party of someone that, hey, I'm paying you for your expertise, and this is what you need to hear. And he's saying this stuff to you, and like now you're accepting it. Yeah. Kind of thing. Because like,
it's hard. Like it is hard, but
you're very strong, you know, for your body weight at this moment, for the amount of years you've been doing it. And by that, I mean actually being competitive. So like actually competing. So 2021.
Yep.
Like crazy increases. Like
yeah, no,
crazy.
it's like, it's a weird thing for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to see when you're in it. You know what I mean? Like I can see it all day in other people. And even now, like it's part of why, I think why you and I, it's funny. We enjoyed watching the F1 documentary, Drive to Survive, that
Mhm.
miniseries. And then we watched the Kanye doc around the same time, right?
Yeah.
And they both paralleled in like themes in a way, because it showed like they had elements of like this level of excellence and confidence where like the mindset had to be like absolutely dialed in, like certain people
Yeah.
that just had it and they were really good at that.
And that doesn't mean like being cocky. Like if a cocky demeanor is what, gets you kind of believing that you can achieve anything, then okay. Like I guess some people would say Kanye's like cocky. But like the top level F1 drivers, right? They're just like head down and work. And then like that's their kind of way of, having that confidence and that drive and stuff. But it really does boil down to like mindset, and some people have to work on it harder than others.
It's definitely really hard for me, but at least now what I'm noticing in the last like several months, but then like your last prep, I noticed it because you kind of embody it. And then we watched these shows and I started to see it, and that was something I admired in it. So I was like, oh, this gives me actual inspiration to be better, because you can do this with your brain.
Yes.
Like these are workouts you can do with your brain, and they can unlock way more things than you even realize.
Exactly. And this is why I think that, people are like the whole manifestation thing.
Yeah.
I think that's just like a trendy word to say. I think it's actually mindset, which then directly links to that believing in yourself. Like if you just believe in yourself and trust yourself and be like, I can do this, you will do it.
So it's what you're saying is like, it's less about manifesting, like saying the words when people say that whole thing. It's the fact that if you're saying the words, it means you're starting to believe it. And that's the thing that matters. It's not the saying the words.
Saying it makes it your reality.
Yeah.
And then you believe it.
It's not the whole like, I'm saying it, so now it becomes real. It's like you're saying it, and then by proxy it becomes real because you're starting to believe it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like, so there was a pro bodybuilder I knew before they were pro.
Yeah.
Every single day would write down in the top of a journal, I am an IFBB pro.
Yeah.
Every day would write it, like on top of whatever training journal or something. And this was told to them from a mentor style person. And it wasn't, they're maybe a bit more like manifesting spiritual, whatever. But this is why I think it all just has to do with your belief in it. So every day writing it. And they were still an amateur. They were prepping for pro qualifier.
Yeah.
And every day wrote it and won their pro card at the show.
Yeah.
And because they believe that I'm already a pro. I'm already writing it, not like I will be a pro. I am a pro.
Yeah, so you start acting that way.
You already claimed
your
it.
behavior start to reflect that belief.
Which is like what I've started to do more so. It's like I can see it, like I can picture it like, oh, I'm already holding that pro card. Like I've already won the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I like the movies. It's like right? It's like A is starting prep, B is winning the pro card.
Yeah.
I already know those 2 points. Now I just have to do the middle part.
Yeah, that's interesting, eh? Yeah, that's funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I believe B, which is I'm winning and I'm standing on that stage winning, which I would have done last year if there were enough girls.
Yeah.
I would have just had to complete the middle.
Right. It's interesting, like to me though, how many like with my journey, how challenging it is for me. And I'm certainly envious of people like you.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me to deny that, because I see it and I go, like, I wish it was just easier for me.
Yeah.
Right. Because whatever, this is just my journey that I have to do, and I will get better. And this is one of the big reasons why I'm pursuing powerlifting, is because all of my history in sports was like plagued by self-sabotage and doubt and things. So this is almost my like redemption to like personal growth, to like change that characteristic, which I know will help me in business and personal, other aspects of my personal life for sure. Just all around positive, right? But like, it's crazy how much it's like, even right now, I could explain it, I can talk about it, and I can understand it. And then in a moment where I need it, it's not there. Do you know what I mean?
Yet.
Yeah, for sure. I just mean like, and I can improve on that. But it is this crazy thing where it's like, I guess it's like getting stronger. It's like building your physique. It's like building a business. It's going to just take time, because it's like, every time I call on it, it's getting better for sure. Yeah. I noticed that I'm getting better and better, but it's like even more recently, I would have had actually no idea that, like, even though I'm more open-minded to this now, and I've known this was a problem, the recent conversation with Stu on my squat session was amazing, because it's like, that was out of the blue to me. I was like, oh, what? I had no idea. I thought I just needed, my legs are weaker. I just need to have stronger legs. Like that's, you know what I mean? But it wasn't, he didn't say anything about my legs, other than, I think you have they're way stronger than you're allowing, Yeah. But
100%.
There's no problem with the legs. There's no problem with anything else. That will all continue to improve anyway. But the main limiting factor here is your mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wouldn't even have noticed it, because it's not like I'm not throwing tantrums. No. I'm not overly negative about it. I struggle when I have bad training sessions like anybody else, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't obvious to me that like, oh, I'm getting in my way because I'm Mr. Emotional around my training sessions or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I needed someone else to be like, oh, you might not notice this, but you're being extremely weak mentally here, and that is your limiting factor with improvement. Did you know that? No? Oh, wow. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
You need someone on the outside.
Because if you keep going like, well, I'm average, then that's what you're going to be. Right? If from this day forward, you were to like write down every day, I squat 700 pounds.
Right.
You will do it.
Right.
It might take, it's like teaching a kid the alphabet, right? Everyone knows the alphabet by heart. You don't know it the first day you learn it.
Yeah.
Right? You have to use a song to like learn it, right? You have to use different techniques. You have to keep writing it out.
Yeah.
You have to write uppercase, lowercase. You have to over and over and over, repeated. Now I believe that the, ABCs I know are a reality.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, it's actually a good exercise. I actually just restarted a journal. I saw one of...
What are you writing in it?
I saw one of Alora's stories. She travels a lot for work and stuff. She's a photographer that we've worked with. And she's like, if you don't have a journal, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I remember back like growing up throughout all elementary school and high school, every night before bed, I would write Dear Diary, and I would just write about the day. Just write about what happened, write about how I was feeling, sign it, and do it every single day. And if I had missed a few days, like this is so impactful for me. Like I can remember like what I did.
Yeah.
If I miss a few days, hey, sorry for missing a few. I would literally like apologize to this journal.
What's the goal there? Mindfulness? Like, does that build mindfulness?
No, I don't know. I think it was
awareness,
just an outlet.
Just to spew.
I got to write about the day. I got to write about, oh, so-and-so talked to my crush today.
It's therapeutic.
And I had a great childhood and I had a great teenagehood. And I was like, wow, that was like really powerful. I'm going to start it up again.
Yeah.
Literally, Dear Diary. So I did it.
Nice.
I just started like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And just talked to, hey, I'm starting prep. Like just what happened that day. I did a few clients today, whatever it was. And it's just kind of like,
Helps you process,
You
I guess,
process
a little bit.
the
Like
day, and the day's done.
right.
And you almost can like start the next day.
It lets your brain shut
more
off, I guess,
fresh,
eh?
almost. Kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's taking like 2 to 5 minutes
Mhm.
of time to completely like just do it for yourself
Mhm.
and just kind of, and then it's kind of cool. You can like look back and be like, oh, that's funny. Like I did that, or
On the
you know,
I have a question for you. On
Sure.
the like with the mindset stuff.
yeah,
Because I think one of my favorite things of like seeing you like compete is like seeing like the confidence, right? Like I really like it. And it really inspires me. It's really cool. And like fires me up to see that, right? And so like for you, like did you always feel like that? And also have there been moments like either backstage or in other preps or life situations that like kind of happened where you were just like you felt that doubt or so, or do you know what I mean? Did you have moments of that?
That's a great question. So,
Because I've never seen it, right? I pretty much only see you relatively confident and sure of yourself. You're
so there's
mostly
one
like
reason
that.
for that. So okay, I'm trying to think I'm sure I've had doubts, but nothing that's like, I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
That was like, and I felt like this for a long time. That was my parents.
Yeah. Okay.
That was both of them. Like, I always felt like anything I wanted to do, I could do it. Like they made me feel like anything I wanted to do, I would be successful.
Right.
Anything. Very, 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 very rarely, if ever, did they ever not support something I did.
Right.
So having like support from the two people that made you, like I feel invincible.
Right.
Like anything, because like playing sports, they were at all the games, at all my musical shows, they were at every show, at all my bodybuilding shows. They're pretty much, unless it's like far, I'm pretty sure my mom missed like one show.
Yeah.
My dad's pretty much at all the shows.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if they realized how big of an effect they had. Like anything I did, like they're obviously proud with how I performed in high school and school and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anything extracurricular, like even if they didn't fully agree with it,
Yeah.
or maybe even if they didn't fully understand it. So like bodybuilding, maybe initially. So I felt like so supported. They never like asked too many questions. They let me be if I have to be. My mom never is like, can't you just eat this Easter dinner with us? Not once. She never made me feel bad. She's
that
like,
can mess with people.
Hey, I made the turkey and it's plain. Great, thanks. I'm gonna weigh it and eat it.
Yeah.
Great. Never. So that's like major key, and I'm very thankful for them, and I hope to only pass that on.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
But we're gonna have to save the rest for the next episode.
Heck yes.
So
tell people where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at slaysfit and theslay.team, and you can find me at slaysfit.com.
Heck yes.
Yes.
You can find me at Tim_MSHC on Instagram, modastrength.ca for in-person training. And then Stay Peaked on Instagram and wherever you're listening to this. Subscribe.
Yep.
If you read a review, that's even better. Comment on it, share it on your social media. That's huge.
And stay tuned for much more.
Oh yeah.
Stay peaked.
Thanks for listening.